War is coming, my boy. We must make ready.
Hey guys, I've been messing around in the demo for Final Fantasy XVI and figured out some stuff that you might want to know. The devs definitely baked in some extra combat lasagna layers for us to discover and put to use. So I'm going to break down some of the deeper battle mechanics you can utilize from just this small slice of the game. I'm pretty excited to figure out some more stuff with the full release, and if you want additional Final Fantasy XVI coverage, subscribe and stick around for it. First up, weaving in elemental magic attacks during melee combat. The basics. Pressing square then triangle will let you do a magic burst during a combo. The window to hit triangle seems to be right in the middle of the swing animation, so if you're missing the timing, you're probably doing it too soon or too late after you attack. The effect of mastering the magic burst skill will extend the opening you have to input triangle, making it a bit easier to do. At the very end of a full basic attack string, the magic burst will have a larger and more powerful blast. There's also a few ways you can shortcut into that stronger magic burst finisher. You can get right to it out of a Phoenix shift, which is circle followed by triangle, and there's a slightly different downward version if you do that in the air. Pressing X plus square to do a lunge, followed by triangle, will shortcut into it as well. Or you can do that in the air to do a down thrust into burst. Once you get the timing window down, you can string magic bursts in after every normal melee attack. Take that a step further, and you can press L2 in between those attacks to create one combo sequence that damages with 3 entirely different elements. Next, checking out some of the Titan Eikon abilities. Holding circle during this form will block some incoming attacks. However, if you press it right before you get hit, you can follow up with 3 presses of square to counterattack. This is a very useful ability for defense, but it also is strong in knockback and damage output. The Raging Fist ability will do a long pummel attack, and you can extend the length by mashing the button you press to activate it, so triangle in this case. But if you activate Raging Fist right as you're being attacked, it will absorb the hit and do this amplified version instead. Pretty easy way to rack up the combo multiplier. Hitting a counter with this ability will also increase the speed in which it comes off a cooldown. Any of these abilities on right trigger can be mastered if you level them up enough, and that lets you assign them to any icon. Here I put Raging Fist to supplement my Phoenix form. That gives you the good distance closing dash effect of Phoenix Shift and a strong way to block incoming attacks without having to change your form. The Heat Wave ability of the Phoenix, by default, will strike and launch a singular projectile. But it has the added bonus of being able to absorb incoming magic spells. If you time activating Heat Wave right before you get hit by one, it will use it to enhance the outgoing damage effect and add an extra projectile. Also, the cooldown gets drastically reduced, so Heat Wave comes back much faster if it's used to absorb some magic. If you're up against a heavy spellcaster, this is pretty much a must-have for negating and counterattacking those magic spells coming at you. The Rook's Gambit ability in the Garuda form has a similar effect if used right before getting hit. If you miss the timing, it'll jump you back to do a single kick, but if done at the last moment, it'll launch you into the stronger counter. Like those other 2 abilities, this will reduce the time it takes for the ability to refresh. Next, checking out some of the stuff you can do with the charge attacks. With the charged magic skill, you can hold down triangle to power a spell up to its next higher level version. You can also charge spells while attacking if you hold down triangle, rock your thumb over to tap square, and then release triangle. If you master the charged magic skill, it will shorten the time it takes to charge up. I personally like to weave in a magic burst at the start of a combo so I can continue holding triangle to lead into a charged version of the spell at the end. You can also press L2 to change the element of the spell during and while it's charged. Now charging your sword with the Burning Blade skill. Holding down square will cover your sword in flames and release that to do this slam attack. If you master that skill, it will lessen the time it takes to fully charge. You can also jump to initiate this attack, which turns it into a really good launcher that sets you up for air combos or different types of finishers. As long as it's not a larger enemy or a boss, this should pop up the target to be juggled around a bit. That launch effect makes it pretty great for melee range combos compared to the ground-based slam version, but that one does have some extra uses as well. While your sword is charged, you can still use Phoenix Shift to close the distance to the target and then release the Burning Blade attack. That also works with Deadly Embrace, which can pull enemies right to you instead. This version of Burning Blade is good at setting up longer range magic juggles or assists from Torgal, your wolf dog buddy. Now combine the effects of both the magic charge and the melee charge. You can hold down square and triangle to power up each at the same time. Release one, wait for at least half of the animation to play out, then release the other. Might take a little to get used to the release timing of this, because you can release too soon or too late during another attack, which will cancel the charge. You can either release triangle first to hit them with magic followed by a charged square attack, but I find releasing square first followed by releasing triangle after to work a bit better. The slam attack often sends enemies flying backwards out of range, but followed up with a charged spell can often hit them out of midair. You can continue alternating these charges by just holding and releasing one during the animation of another, so on and so on. Now before I conclude this, let's talk about Torgal, the true hero. If you hit D-pad left, you can switch off of your consumables bar and give Torgal direct commands. Ravage on D-pad down I found to be the best, which calls him in to launch the target. This is a great way to kick off combos or extend them by keeping the target juggled with Torgal's chomps. So that's just some of the stuff I figured out in the demo build of Final Fantasy XVI so far. There's a lot more to it, and some of the other mechanics are explained via tutorial, but I thought a few of you out there might find some of these tactics to be useful. I'm excited to know how deep the rabbit hole goes once I get my hands on with the full game, and if there's anything else useful, I'll be sure to report back to you guys, so stick around if you want more on Final Fantasy XVI. I'm interested to hear the community's opinion on this battle system, so if you've gotten a chance to try the demo, let me know what you think. As always, I'm Alex, and thanks for checking this out today.
Good luck.